Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and this is likely one of the last that I will be doing for my New York album. These photos that you see here, I have them all picked out already. They are of the Grand Hall at Ellis Island. We did visit Ellis Island after the Statue of Liberty, so I want to make sure I showcase some of those photos. And this one is actually from a postcard. It had 3 different photos on it, and so I cut them down. This one will go right here in this upper pocket, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this pocket over here, or really with the background. I want something kind of patriotic but not over the top, so I'm not sure what exactly that will be. I do know that in the Project Life app I have a kit in there that is kind of American themed, so I might be able to find something there. Otherwise, I'm really just looking for kind of red and blue accents, I think, and then gray is certainly a neutral in here, maybe a light tan. So somehow I need a mix of all that. All right, I did find a card on the Project Life app that will work in the 3x4 pocket. Love that. I didn't find any in the Americana kit that I liked for the background here, so I have to go back in there and see what I can find for this pocket instead. Okay, I found this card in the Project Life app, and I liked the color, and then hopefully the camera is showing there is a subtle pattern in the back, but it was a darker blue, which I think matches the flag better. So I chose this one, but it has a bicycle on it. So I have to creatively cover that up. Either I have to find an embellishment of some type, or I can just take the postcard and maybe overlap it like so, but I don't really like that white on white. So I'd prefer if I could find a little red star or something that will go over that, just to kind of get that out of there. I would also accept gold, and I know I do have gold stars, just because there's a lot of gold happening along the walls and on the ceiling here, so I think I could get away with it, but I want to see what's in my stash first. Alright, well, I have several options for stars. I have these, which are foam and have glitter on them. They're quite lovely, very sparkly. I have these, the gold ones. They're the same exact thing, just red and gold, so I have those. But then I also have these, which are acrylic. They're from Bramble Fox, and they're also sparkly. So I have lots of choices here, so I think I'm just going to play around with stuff and see which combination I like best. That's what the gold acrylic star looks like, and it works, but it's a lot of gold happening. So I tried it with the red, and look at that. It pops really well, so it's definitely going to be red. Now, these, it does have one in a similar size, and it would be slightly less bulky, so I just need to decide how chunky do I want it to be. When I held up these foam glitter stars to the card, this glitter is definitely more intense than on that acrylic piece, so I think I'm actually going to go with that one instead and leave these for something else. I have adhered the acrylic star and I love it, so then I have to figure out exact placement for that, but that'll be easy. And I realized I forgot to mention on these, if you buy from this company, it will come with backing on the front and the back side of the acrylic pieces, so just be sure you're peeling off both sides to get the true look of what it's supposed to actually look like. Alright, I have the little bit of the postcard attached there, so that one's pretty much done. I may stamp something up here, but for now I'm not sure about that. Or I could do, I just thought of that, I could do some gold misting, splattering there too. I'm gonna hold that thought for later, because I could add it to this card too. That might actually bring it all together, which would be great. The other thing is that I feel like I need more blue on this side of the page, because I've got this. There is a little bit in the flag here, but I need more here. I went through my Simple Stories sticker book here that I got from the Going Places line, and in there they have this sticker that says Travelogue. Now when you look at it, it is a bit darker than that. It's much more navy than some of the blue you see there, so I'm not totally sold on it, but I like the idea of having something kind of hanging off the bottom here, so I'm going to keep that in reserve, but I'm going to keep looking. Well, I didn't find anything else in that sticker book that I wanted to use, but I remembered that I have a different sticker book, also by Simple Stories, also Travel Line, but it's older, and the blue is a little bit closer. It's not quite as dark as the other color, at least I feel like it isn't. So I want to use this sticker that says A Grand Adventure. And then I have these blue stripes here, and then over here I've got a red label, more blue stripes. So I'm wondering if I can kind of put together a combo of some of this stuff, and that might be it for this layout. For this photo, I decided to overlap that red label that I had and the Grand Adventure sticker. So I got both red and blue in there, which I really like. And then I noticed that on a different sticker sheet in that same book, there was this. And I'm wondering if I can lift this up just a little bit and tuck this behind there to bring in some more of that red. Woohoo! I was able to pry this up just enough to get that sticker tucked under there, and I love it. Now, the only thing I noticed is that when I put it down, I kind of don't like it there now. I don't like that these two are next to each other. And originally I thought I didn't want these in the same row because they should be spaced out more, but when I switched it off camera, I kind of liked it. So that's what it would look like in the new configuration. And I kind of think I like that better. And this one, I'll write some little phrase or I'll stamp there. That's it. That's all it needs, really. No other embellishments or anything. And then this, not sure exactly what I'm going to say there, but I'll have something. But I do think I am going to put on the gold misting just to add a little bit of extra shine to this, because the background is kind of sparkly. I have a metallic finish on the photos anyway, so why not add all the sparkle that I can? So I did my splattering and I'm just waiting for it to dry, but I wanted to show you this is what I used, and this is no longer made. It was discontinued, but if you have any of this, a bottle lasts forever. So use it as long as you can. And there are other products on the market that have kind of replaced this, that are very close to it that you can still buy. So I'll just use this until it's gone, and then I'll shift to a different brand. So I've done my splattering, but I'm just waiting for that to dry. When I was looking at this, I didn't like that that was so blank, so I think I'm actually just going to put in a mini staple. Yep, just like that, just to kind of fill that space, and it adds a little extra something, so I like that. And then I need to figure out what I'm doing here. So I probably won't write anything because I'll do some journaling over here. So I need a stamp, and I'm wondering if I do have gold ink. I could potentially stamp in gold ink depending on the type of stamp that I find. All right, so I pulled out my Galaxy Gold ink, it's made by Brilliance, and did a test run with a stamp that I liked, and it says These Moments, and it came out pretty well, but the font is pretty thin. I think I want to look for one that's a little bit bolder so that gold will show up better. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back. So I found another stamp that just says photograph on it, and that's how it came out. I do think that looks better. It's a little bit bolder, so it makes it easier to see, so I'm going to go with that one. I have decided to stamp something else. I'm going to stamp something right here on this America card beneath the star and the line there, and while this gold ink is drying, that gives me the perfect time to stamp here. And I have pulled out this little stamp set, and I want to write or to stamp the phrase that says my thoughts on this. It'll be perfect right here, and then it leaves me a little bit of room to journal still because I do have thoughts about it. It's not the greatest time in this country right now, and this was back in August, but even then things were not great. So I want to write a little bit about that, I think, and being in this historic place and what it's supposed to mean. So using one that says my thoughts on this would be perfect. I decided to use my Night of Navy ink from Stampin' Up. This one is very old. I don't even know that they still make this color, but I have it and the ink pad's fine, so I'm going to use it here. And this is how it came out. So I love it that it's almost perfectly sized to that line, and it fits right underneath there. So then I've got the red, I've got blue and gold. That works in pretty much everything. So I'm still kind of waiting for everything to dry here. I think this one is good, this one is not. I can see that the splattering is still raised a little bit from the cardstock. So I'm going to leave it for now. Once everything is dry, I will put everything in the pockets and see if I'm done. All right, for this one, I have everything in the pockets except this card. For some reason, it just does not want to dry on there, but this one is fine and it's in the pocket. So I think this one is done. I don't think I need to add anything else to it. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So here's another one done, maybe the last, for New York.